Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great. And we, my friends, are playing some more Magic Legion. Now, I want to go ahead and just very quickly touch on yesterday's video. Now, if you're struggling with power and stuff, now, I know I went through the way to sort of kind of set up your hero as such, like with the power and bits, or with the crit and the crit damage. What I didn't really go through was the heroes. Now, as you can see on server 73, I'm using the Dragon Princess, Arno, the War Mage, and the Witch. Now, I'm using these because these are my best heroes. But ideally, I would actually want to replace the Dragon Princess with, my personal opinion, would be the Snow Ice Lord. Now, the reason why I would do this is because the Snow Ice Lord has a ton of HP, so he is a great tank to sit in front of Arno. And two, he freezes the two people in the back row, causing them to take 100% more damage. Now, people in the front row, they're going to get hit more often, so he's going to build up his rage quite a bit, as well as the rage that both the Witch and the Warlord are going to cause. So therefore, the people in the back row are going to take a lot more damage from your Earthquake and your Volcano. Um, that's a really important thing. Obviously, also from your Ice Thorn and your Lightning Strike, the people in the back are going to take more damage. So that's a really, really important thing to have. Now, a lot of people out there would kind of disagree, and they would say, well, why don't you bring someone like the Monkey King, or bring the Blood Axe Lord, or bring the Source of Fear? Now, the Source of Fear would be a fantastic substitute, because again, he's super tanky, he does AoE damage, which is going to heal him up. If I didn't bring this Snow Ice Lord, I would bring the Source of Fear. And that's because of his AoE heal that he does, or the AoE damage that then in return heals himself. Whereas if you're bringing someone like the Blood Axe Lord, you're going to want to have him doing damage so that he can heal himself up. So he's not going to be as tanky as you would like to be able to protect Arno as much as I would want. That's my reasoning. Obviously, you guys might disagree, so by all means, bring whoever you like. But they're the guys that I would bring myself, personally, because I think that they're going to be the strongest. So if you've got the possibility to make the Snow Ice Lord sort of level 3 or 4, at least level 2, I would say where I'm fighting right now, you kind of need at least level 2 heroes to be able to withstand the damage that's happening. Obviously, Arno can survive quite a bit, but he's going to get wrecked pretty quickly because he's in the front row. If you look at this, guys, he's got like 200,000 or 270,000 health. That's pretty good, but in terms of this guy who's got like 600 odd thousand health, that's pretty crazy. Like, he's pretty low in comparisons to HP. So that makes a big difference. Whereas if I, for example, I go and take this guy off, if I go take Arno, remove him off, put this level 1 in, and just put that on, look at how much HP he's got, and he's nowhere near as strong as Arno is. That's a level, like a level 30 odd, like, you know, he's insanely low. Like, look 37 his level, whereas Arno's like 64. So pretty insane how much difference there is when you go and put a tank in the front row, and that's what it's all about. So we're going to move away from those heroes now, because they're the guys that I would bring. One other thing that I didn't really touch upon, I told you guys about going into the passive spells and obviously buying the crit damage and the crit chance spells for your main hero. Now, that is obviously a really, really key thing to do, but something else that you have to do is go into the standard skills and upgrade the skills that you actually use, because some of these are going to do a ton of extra damage, especially going into the ancient library and buying the curse upgrades. Now, the reason why I say this is because in yesterday's video I didn't have these spells upgraded, because I don't really need to upgrade them at this point in time, but I've decided to go and do it for this second half of the video. Now, for example, this curse in yesterday's video had 50% magic and physical reduction, magical and physical defense reduction, whereas now, fully upgraded, it has 90%, so that's an extra 40% that you're missing out on if you don't go and buy the upgrades for this skill. The same with the piggin. If you don't buy the skill, I believe it's like 40 or 50% extra damage while they're in pig form. Once you buy the skill, they're like 75% extra damage. Pretty crazy how much damage it does. Like Freezing Ray, that only does something like 200 damage, whereas fully leveled up it does 400 damage. So these are the sort of things that you need to sort of pay attention to and make sure that you go ahead and upgrade them, because they're really going to help you in the long run. Now, one other thing that I do really want to point out, now I haven't got the runes to buy this spell yet, and that's kind of why I didn't include it in the other one, because I hoped I would have the runes to be able to do it for the second half of the video, but I went ahead and posted a bit too early, and I'm gonna have to do it. So when you get into the Death Rift, you're gonna be able to go ahead and get a so-called hidden library, which is no longer hidden, it's just a library now since they updated it. But there's one very, very important spell in here, which is the very first one right here for 5,000 runes, which is gonna give you the Blood of God is gonna be affected to all heroes. So if you buy the skill in the ancient arena, that only goes for your hero, whereas once you buy this spell, this is going to transfer that spell to every one of your heroes. Now, if you don't know what that spell does, we're going to go take a look at it right now. I have got to admit, I never picked up on the spell because I thought it was just a standard passive skill until I got to the Death Rift and I saw what it could do. And now I've been saving up my runes to go and get it. So we're going to go into the ancient arena and we're going to see what that skill does. So if you click here on the first spell, obviously I haven't got it on this account, but I have got it on my other account. But if you look at this, it gives XP plus 20%, HP plus 20%, damage taken from any skill minus 20%. And that isn't just going to be for your actual hero, that's going to go to all of your heroes once you buy the spell from the hidden library. Now, that is going to be insane. The fact that your troops are going to take 20% less damage, incredible. So that's really, really going to help. So make sure you have that spell as well. And it's going to help you level up a lot quicker as well. So I just wanted to touch on those couple of bits, because otherwise yesterday's video would have been too long and you probably would have got bored with it and you wouldn't have watched it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Now, in this video, I'm going to try and play a bit of the Rift. Now, I don't know how well this is going to go, because I can't remember where we got to in the video on yesterday's one. So I don't quite remember how strong these stuff are going to be for my particular setup. I might have to go and change things round. And it's looking like we're actually not going to be able to make it, because that rock just done no damage whatsoever. But if you look at the difference, as soon as I used that curse, my team just started doing a ton of damage because they're taking 90% extra damage. Obviously, we need to change Arno and the Dragon Princess around because we don't want the Dragon Princess in front of Arno right now. Because she don't have the survivability that he does. So let's go into the formations and switch those two bad boys round, and we're going to go jump into another battle. So I really hope that you guys are enjoying these videos. If you want to see me still post on a daily basis rather than just sort of like maybe once or twice a week, then put down in the comments, please make sure you hit that like and make sure you hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. Show me some support and I'll continue to post on a daily basis for you guys. Now obviously, as soon as anything comes up that is new to the game or whatever, or like if there's any gift codes or anything, then I will definitely make a video on that. So stay tuned for like obviously gift codes and stuff in the future, and also like stay tuned for just leveling up as such, you know, because obviously the more that I can do and the more I can help you guys, then the better it is for me and you, you know. Got a couple of decks that I've been working on as well, so hopefully that's gonna make things pretty interesting, because of like once they're leveled up, or once the heroes are leveled up slightly, and I can actually show you that the deck is gonna work at a reasonably high level, then I will bring it to you guys. Because it's pointless me showing you a deck of everybody that's say like level 1 and we can only get to, I don't know, like the desert, and you'll just be like, well, Red, I can do that with like level 2 cards, like what are you doing here, like, you know, the deck's rubbish. Whereas if I can show you that it can obviously fight in, say, like the Snow Valley, or fight in the Death Rift, whatever, something like that, obviously it's going to be a lot more viable and you're going to be able to see the potential, even though the cards might not be fully leveled up or whatever. But it's a learning progress, or learning procedure, guys, and we're going to see what we can do. Now, as you can see, this particular deck, like, we're still absolutely wrecking people, so I reckon we're going to be able to go a fair bit further, and hopefully we're going to be able to continue on and get some good stuff and things done. Maybe even get past the Death Rift, because that would be pretty cool if we can continue on past. With leveling stuff up and starting to level up gear, I'm at like 25,000 damage or something, or 2,500 damage now, whatever, like however you want to say it. It's like 250,000 damage capability, you know, it's pretty good. But we're going to continue to push on. I might actually show you my other server, which is actually server 72, which earlier on today I purposely set up in the same way. I can't remember if I actually showed you the server 72 one or server 73 earlier on or yesterday. So I'm gonna check it out and see, because if I haven't, then I'll probably show you the same kind of setup but on 72, and instead of using the Dragon Princess, I'm going to be using the Source of Fear. And to be honest, using the Source of Fear, I think the deck is slightly stronger, even though it actually has less damage output than what it does with the Dragon Princess, because of the fact of the way the deck is set up. And you can actually change Arno into a complete glass cannon, so he can actually have something like 90 to 100% crit damage, or not crit damage, but crit possibility, all out attack, and he won't need to survive anything, because obviously you've got healing skills that you can heal him up in the back and stuff, and the only time you really need to worry about anything is if the enemy has troops that are going to target the back row, which 9 times out of 10 isn't the case, so it makes things a lot more interesting. But I'm going to leave the video there. I really hope that you've enjoyed it. I'm going to open up this box right here and take those. But I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please make sure you hit that like and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.